Holding the only picture of their son Adil, the Hanashi family is still grieving from their loss. They say he was killed by a policeman disguised as a civilian during the chaos that followed the collapse of the regime. The army arrested the culprit, believed to be a member of one of the militias set up by security officers loyal to the deposed president. Adil's mother wants revenge.
The government killed my son. I don't want to be compensated. Let them fill this room with gold. I don't want it. It's not going to bring him back to life. Those who killed my son should also be killed. They should bring the killer before me so that I can take revenge with my own hands.
Tahir Yahya is one of many lawyers planning to prosecute all those involved in the killings.
We are listening to eyewitnesses and following all leads that can help us get to the killers. Whoever they may be, policemen, members of the former ruling party, militias formed by the former regime or the former president and his entourage.
Amnesty International is now uncovering cases of the deliberate killing of protesters, and international human rights organizations are urging the new interim government to immediately establish fact-finding missions.
I've covered Tunisia.
At its first unrestricted press conference in Tunisia, Human Rights Watch accused the former regime of using excessive force to silence the protests and called for an end to decades of government impunity in the Arab world.
I think that Tunisia has an opportunity now to set an example. As we've seen, the demonstrations in Egypt over the last couple of days are in some way related to what happened in Tunisia. But the degree to which the Tunisian example spreads is also going to be determined by what happens the next day in Tunisia. Can you go from a justice system that never held accountable policemen or torturers for those crimes to one that is capable of investigating and holding accountable the authorities so that the reign of impunity is brought to an end?
In a country that for so many years lacked an independent judiciary, the coming trials of former regime officials will be a crucial test of this new government's determination to break with the past. For victims to get justice, committees set up by the interim government have to investigate each case and gather evidence to decide who is to be held accountable: the policeman who shot the protesters or the former president who gave the orders. Hashem Ahelbarra, Al Jazeera, Tunis.